Here at Greenhorn, it's always news o'clock. Television. It's what you're watching right now. Except you're probably not, are you? You're probably watching this on the internet. After all television's done for you. Earlier this week I set out to create my own television programme based on one from my personal hero, Jeremy Kyle. Greenhorn programme. Now, throughout tonight's show, I'm going to be wearing this on my head so we can really see the guests' reactions. Now let's go and introduce ourselves to the first guest. Hello? Hello? Do you want to look at me, mate?
Hello? Look at me, sunshine. Oi!
Hello? You're scum, you know. Utter scum. Little filth bag. Scummy little filth. No, look at me again. You're a scummy little bag of filth. You never amount to anything.
So what we do on this type of show is we start by rounding up a number of disadvantaged, probably poorly educated people. These are people from difficult backgrounds with problems, perhaps alcoholism or drug addiction, or even victims of serious abuse or trauma. And what we do is, instead of getting them any real help or social care, what we do is we put them on the telly and we coerce them into making fools out of themselves. And what this does is it allows the people watching at home to feel a bit better about their lives, because even if their lives are undesirable, they can look at these people on the telly and think, well, at least my life's not that bad, and they can feel a little bit better and a bit smug about themselves, which they don't often get to do.
Right, so that was our first guest. Now let's meet our second guest. Wrangler, bring out the second guest. You dirty little scumbag. You're such a filthy little scumbag.
And what they'll sometimes do is cut backstage to a silver-haired, spectacled gentleman who looks like he probably knows what he's talking about. And what he does is he convinces the viewer into thinking that what they're watching is in some way acceptable.
Right, so those are our two guests for tonight. Start the show.
It's also interesting to note that lie detector tests are not 100% accurate, but we basically act like they are. And what we really want on this sort of show is some sort of confrontation, preferably a violent one, where the big security men have to step in and get involved, because that's always fun. And that really gets the live audience sort of oohing, and yeah, that goes down well.
So we're just getting some information in here. Yes, the lie detector's in, and they're both guilty little bastards, just as I suspected. Okay, let's bring the first guest back over here, come on. Come on. Now you two disgust me, okay? You guilty little bastards. Do you have anything to say for yourselves? Anything? Anything at all? No? No? Come on. Got anything to say to each other? We've had the DNA tests in too. You're half crab. Your DNA was mainly missing. I don't know what's going on there. Your blood was made of some kind of sprite or something. I don't know. Come on, come on, come on. Look at the camera. Look into this camera over here. You got anything to say for yourself? Anything to say? No? No? How about you? You got anything to say for yourself? Go on, nearly there, nearly there. Come on, can you pull the cords a bit harder, please? Come on. Come on, mate. Come on. Yes, yes.
And then there comes a point in the confrontation that we call the bellowing, and that happens when the two dominant males rear up and begin to really bellow at each other like angry walruses, and that really is quite terrifying to behold. But then again, that's exactly what we've been aiming for the whole time, and we also call the bellowing the sweet spot, because when we get to that is peak entertainment when the bellowing starts.
Little scumbags, eh? Can you imagine acting like this in public? Imagine what their mothers must think. Come on, you little scumbags. Yeah, squeeze him! Squeeze him! Yeah! It's what you deserve! It's what you deserve! You know it is! Harder! Harder! Come on, grip around more! There you go! Come on, you little weak-necked scumbag! God, call that strangling, squeeze harder! Come on, you should have broken it by now. You call that blood? You call that blood? Is that what passes for blood where you come from? Filth. Well, he's got the studio dirty, but I think we're where we want to be.
And what will happen if there's any blood spilled during the confrontation is there's a little tradition where members of the audience will rush forward to daub their handkerchiefs in the fallen's blood to take home with them a little blood-stained handkerchief as a little memento or keepsake of their exciting day out, and it's just part of the tradition and all part of the fun. It's all in good taste.
Right, can we get this cleaned up, please? Can you get this weeping flesh pillow away, please? Come on, get the corpse out of here. Don't want him clogging up the studio. Come on, get him in there. Do you want to be the next corpses? Jesus. Yeah, in the wheelbarrow, where he belongs. So that was the Johnny Greenhorn programme. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week to see more scum. Get what's coming to them. Thank you. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to make a second episode, which is sad because that was the best day of my life. Luckily though, I did have another offer from a TV executive to make a detective-based programme, which also involved death. So, I recruited my news team and we went to a meeting with the network executive.
Okay, thanks for coming everyone. Basically what we at the network want is a detective crime series. There's some of these shows out there like NCIS, NCIS New Orleans, NCIS Los Angeles, CSI, CSI New York, CSI Miami, CSI Cyber. Next year we're premiering CSI Grimsby, and we basically feel that isn't enough. You know, the public love these shows, so we're going to give them to them. We're going to give it to them till their eyes bleed. So we would like you to make a detective crime series. and we're willing to give you pretty much creative reign over this. You can call it what you want, you can write the scripts, you can cast who you want, but we do have one stipulation, really, which is that it must be a detective crime series, and Johnny, we would like you to play the main character, the lead detective. But apart from that, you can pretty much do what you want, so I'll let you get on with it, and I look forward to seeing what you can come up with. Thank you.
Great, sounds good.
So, detective show. I'm going to be playing the lead role. I think my character should be called Rick Danger.
Nice.
I like
that.
Rick's my favourite name, and I love danger. And I think
yeah, a lot of people
I think
do love
everyone
danger.
loves danger. Yeah.
Especially on the television.
So I think that the show should be called Danger.
What about danger with an exclamation mark?
Nice,
Add
yeah.
excitement.
Yeah, sort of like danger.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can do it all in capital letters to really get that across.
Yeah, to really kind of ram it in their face.
I'd imagine
I suppose.
Rick Danger himself is quite a shouty character.
Yeah, but I think it should also maybe have a question mark on the end so that it's got that mystery too. Because Rick's not just shouty; he's also kind of like confusing. So it'd be more sort of like danger.
Nice.
Like,
yeah.
like
yes.
you know what they're confused about where the danger's coming from.
Is that all the punctuation we need? Though we could have more. There's
Where do we
always
start with
space for more.
umlauts? Umlauts.
So I think the character Rick, he shouldn't play by the rules.
Definitely not.
No, I like that. I like that a
Like
lot.
he's throwing the rule book out the window.
He's just bending rules left, right, and
He
centre.
breaks the rules.
breaks the rules.
He actually breaks them.
Destroys them.
He just snaps the rules in half.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So here's a crazy one. Imagine if there was a conspiracy that went right to the top.
Yeah, right to the top.
like
Doesn't
that.
stop midway.
No, yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
even stop
actually
3/4
goes
of the way.
Could it actually go past the top, like bust the lid off,
Could it?
110% of the
all
way.
the way out?
Could it
yeah?
go to the top and then overflow?
Yeah,
Right
like
back
it,
down to the bottom.
Yeah, it
That's
flows
multi-layers.
back down the side.
I love that.
And it kind of almost flows back down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that.
The
idea.
journey
That's a good one.
ends where it began.
Nice. Cyclical.
Excellent. What about if he's got a troubled home life?
Love
He's
it.
estranged from his wife, doesn't see his
Definitely.
Broken
kids.
home.
What about?
depressed.
What about? And stay with me now.
Yep.
What if he drinks too much?
Interesting.
I really like that,
You know,
yeah.
I've never seen that in
What-
television before.
What if he also smoked?
Brilliant.
Too much.
Classic noir style.
Coffee a lot.
Could I just interject here? How about we create something a bit more unique, something a bit more original, something that people haven't seen before?
Shut up!
Yeah,
right?
come on.
We're listening to our proper good,
Shut up.
ideas here.
You know, we've been in
Conspiracy,
this business
the drinking
for
problem.
So-
a combined
So long.
20 years.
He's been in 19 years. He's been in 1 year, right?
Yeah, I'm still better than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
actually,
my
you're right.
intern.
I will
My
have a top
intern.
hat.
I think he should wear sort of maybe cowboy boots.
And hats.
Yeah.
Loads of,
And
a different
instead
hat
of-
every episode.
I like that. Instead of those like low caliber little police pistols, some kind of big magnum revolver.
Yeah. Maybe it could. Can you get revolvers that shoot rockets?
I think.
So what about the murder itself? Has anyone got any good ideas?
So,
like,
so we've
fresh
defined
ones?
it's definitely going to be a murder then.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a murder.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, cool. How about we take a bit of a spin on it, and it starts off that it seems like it's a suicide, but as the plot progresses,
Oh, it turns out it was.
exactly.
like a
It'll
twist.
keep
Okay,
the audience
yeah.
on the edge of their toes a little bit more.
What about murder weapon though, guys? The gun, the knife, it's been done before.
Yeah,
What
that's been
are we-
overdone. So we need something fresh and
Yeah,
interesting.
something that you haven't seen done before on TV. I think really.
How about the murderer releases an angry dog as the weapon?
Like a herd of dogs.
A herd of dogs.
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if we've got the budget for a herd of
What
dogs.
about kicked to death by angry jockeys?
jockeys?
Interesting, because jockeys do work for cheap.
Very cheap. It's the horses they pay.
Yeah,
A
exactly,
herd of
exactly.
Jockeys.
Although if we're doing kicking, we shouldn't rule out ostriches.
Or kangaroos.
Or just like
All of those animals
yeah, like a
fighting
whole
each
zoo.
other and humans.
Yeah. Like
But
who
would a
wins?
kangaroo have the sense to make? Well, would a kangaroo recognise it's committed murder? And if it did, would it have
I think
the sense
kangaroos
to
are
make it look like
angry,
suicide?
bloodthirsty monsters. I think we.
I once saw a
have trouble
YouTube
not
video
getting it to kill someone.
where a kangaroo was literally going crazy in the back of a news report. They are vicious.
Yeah. Well, it thought the news was being biased, I think.
We wouldn't even have to pay the animals. We just lasso them right on over and get them into the studio. Just let them do their thing.
Like modern day slavery.
Yeah.
Is Skippy still about?
I think he died.
Skippy died. Okay, so we got me playing Rick Danger.
Mhm.
We got you guys as cops.
Can I be bad cop?
Yeah.
Can I also be bad cop?
Yeah.
Because I don't
yeah.
think Rick Danger would really be involved with any good cops, would he?
I think you're right. Yeah.
But when I said
Okay.
bad cop, I don't mean like bad at his job, like hard ass.
Oh no, I meant bad at my job.
Or why don't you both?
I'll be a hard ass. He could.
Yeah. Keep it two different types of bad.
Cool.
So you're the murder victim.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think for the villain, I think we should probably have a real actor in. You know, not just kind of.
Yeah,
you know,
okay,
you
yeah,
guys.
now I can get along with that.
So I think for the villain, I've been thinking Jasper Galahad.
Love it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got the
only-
range we need for this.
He's the only
Yeah.
person I can really see as a villain. You know,
Yeah,
he
perfect.
throws himself into his roles.
He's very method, I hear.
Yeah, he brings chocolates to set a lot too.
Really?
Does he?
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe we could get him to bring some donuts as well or something.
I don't think he does donuts.
Really?
I agreed to be a part of this project simply because of Johnny Greenhorn. I've been a great fan and admirer of him and his broadcasting for many years now. He really is the most fearless and audacious journalist I've ever known. He may not be the most intelligent or well-informed journalist, but what he lacks in those attributes he more than makes up for with his gung-ho attitude and his ability to just jump into a story or situation with both feet and with both guns blazing, sometimes literally. He's the only journalist I've known to pull a gun on someone mid-interview. He's the only journalist I've known to have ever declared war on Cornwall. He's the only journalist I've ever known to have ever threatened the Houses of Parliament with a terrorist attack. He's the only journalist I've ever known to have punched a horse unconscious. He really is a shoot first, ask questions later type journalist. Sometimes he doesn't even ask the questions, and I respect that and I admire it. I am what's known as a method actor, so when I take on a role I really become that character for the length of time. So in this piece I'm going to be playing the villain of the piece, a character called Harold Badman. This character is a killer, a serial killer, who's being hunted by the character Johnny's playing, Rick Danger. So over the next few days I'm really going to be sinking into this character's headspace and becoming this character, and really just asking myself, what sort of man is Harold Badman? I have a wonderful wife, a very patient wife, Patricia, who I love dearly, and she has to put up with a lot with me, because as I said, when I take on a role, I become that character. So she has had to live with a lot of different people that I've become over the years. I think the most challenging for her was a couple of years ago now when I was playing Abraham Lincoln in a Lincoln biopic, and I essentially became Abraham Lincoln for the entire 8 months of the shoot. So she was essentially living with and married to Abraham Lincoln for 8 months, and I know that was hard for her. Christ almighty!
What are you doing?
Jesus!
Making a lot of noise.
Sorry, my dear. What devilry is this? What is it?
phone.
What?
So, I am slightly worried about what's going to happen when I take on the role of Harold Badman and essentially become a serial killer.
Murdered. Right.
You?
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend?
Went for a walk. Just by myself. At night. Just me and the moon and the stars. It's peaceful. Walked all through the town. I walked down a dark alley and I came across a beggar, weeping, holding an empty bottle. I knelt down beside him, took his hand in mine, and we wept together for a while. I held him in my arms. Then I took out my dagger. I stabbed him in the stomach. Killed him. Dead.
Like, killed him?
Like, so I'm a killer now, a murderer, but, you know, I'm a serial killer, you know. I am a serial killer, so then I, you know, to actually be that, which I am, I went out and found 2 other homeless people and killed them as well. So, because you have to kill at least 3 people to be a serial killer. So now I am.
So there you have it. Proof, if proof be needed, that television makes people violent, as I suspected all along. These TV shows in particular should be avoided at all costs.